The Philadelphia Eagles are looking to draft super well to get back to hoisting up the Lombardi Trophy here in 2025. How do they do after their selections? My name's Tyler, here with my brother Ryan, and we're going to break down the Eagles 2025 NFL Draft. Before we do that, Ryan's getting married here in a couple of weeks, so send him an early wedding present by hitting that subscribe button, tackling that bell, and even leaving a like and a comment. Let us know what you think of the Eagles draft. And Ryan, with that being said, let's pull it up here. The Eagles traded up at the first round just one spot and got Jihaad Campbell, linebacker from Alabama. Then they followed that up in the second round with Andrew Mukuba, safety from Texas. Then in the fourth round, they got Ty Robinson, defensive tackle from Nebraska. In the fifth round, they got McWilliams, cornerback from UCF. Smael Mondon, linebacker from Georgia, and then Drew Kendall, center from Boston College. Then in the sixth round, they had four picks in the sixth round. Started off with QB Kyle McCord from Syracuse, offensive tackle Myles Hinton from Michigan, offensive tackle Cameron Williams from Texas, and then edge rusher Antoine Powell Ryland from Virginia Tech. And we were sitting there, we were thinking even after those first couple of picks, and then we're watching on day three and seeing who they were getting day three. We're like, how do the Eagles keep getting better? Like, it just can't believe Jihaad Campbell fell to him. Then they got Andrew Mukuba as well. And I even mentioned too in my final mock draft, if there was an area on the defense, I think they could maybe really go on and focus and target on the draft. And at the time, I was speaking about Malachi Starks, free safety, but they could maybe address the free safety spot with Reed Blankenship. If you're just looking for improvement, not even saying Reed's bad, like not at all,
Yeah.
but it just if you're looking for improvement. Uh, but then they go and get then athletic guys like Ty Robinson. Then you go get Smael Mondon. Even honestly, too, Kyle McCord. If you're looking for a developmental project, I think he had of all those other day three quarterbacks
Yeah.
outside of like Shador, but like the Riley Leonards, the Will Howards, the Curtis Rourke's, Quinn Ewers. I think Kyle McCord had the most lively arm. And so I think that would be interesting to see how if they can develop him and then trade him for more picks. But the one to me though, where it's just now he's a development, but then when I saw them get this, Cameron Williams, right tackle from Texas, he still needs a lot of work. But you just go look at how athletic he is. And you're like, man, if they can put these pieces together, Lane Johnson's getting close to retiring. If you can plug him in there potentially, like if he develops well, and then like they would still then just have just a beast of an offensive line. And so,
Oh, yeah.
I those are my thoughts on it. Like I think they did really well, all things considered, especially to picking last in the are scheduled to pick last with your original picks in every single round. What do you think of the Philadelphia Eagles draft?
I I was telling you, like, it is just disgusting what Harry Roseman does in the draft. I mean, it is ridiculous. They lost what? A guard. They lost Mekhi Becton, Milton Williams,
And
Josh
then
Sweat,
Josh Sweat,
uh,
yeah,
in the draft. So they go
and
out.
yeah, and corners as well too. Darius Slay and
Yeah, Darius Slay.
as
Well,
well.
but they
But
released them and they replaced them mostly last year with
yeah,
Quinion Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. But Jihad Campbell's gonna come in. He's gonna replace Josh Sweat on the edge. I feel like he's gonna make that transition from linebacker to edge. He's a great athlete. As long as his shoulders can hold up, I think that's a fantastic pick. That's the only reason he fell. Andrew Mukuba, he's gonna come in and be an upgrade over Reed Blankenship and probably start very early on. Ty Robinson was one of the more disruptive defensive tackles in college football. He's going to come in and be the Milton Williams replacement in that rotation. Mac McWilliams is the slot corner. Smael Mondon is a great linebacker. Drew Kendall. He can't. I don't think he can play guard. I don't know if he quite has the size to do it. I guess he's 6'4", 308. He might have to add some mass, but get another interior offensive lineman there who can be a solid replacement for either a guard or a good backup center. And yeah, the Cameron Williams pick is just nasty. Like that's they're going to go and get a developmental tackle. They have a great offensive line coach that's going to develop him into being a potential starting right tackle one day. And yeah, they spent a late 6th round pick on him. That's where like this is where I think Philly just does things so well. It's
well, and then even too, then on top of that, it's like then you go, and I know we kind of jumped over Myles Hinton, but he's another just huge human being,
yeah,
6'7",
fair.
323. Like, and so they know it's interesting then too. Like they know they have offensive tackle that is coming out. Like Lane Johnson is getting older there, and even too, not even saying like Jordan Mailata, like they did draft him in 2018. Tackles have a much longer lifespan than than a lot of guys
Yeah.
as well. But still, it's like something maybe like to think about. Just get some more depth back there. Uh, and they're doing it now with just some of these guys that do talk about ceiling. Now they have a horrible floor also too. Like they could be a bust, but in the sixth round, totally worth it. Like the upside on that is
Oh,
is absolutely great.
100%.
So I just look at this Philadelphia Eagles team, what Harry Roseman's done, and it's just it is extremely interesting what they can do if they can stay healthy. My one thing with this is, especially offensively, as we did see them last year, if they do get an injury to one of those key players, like Jalen Hurts went out for a couple of games. Now they were able to manage actually they were able to manage with Kenny Pickett and then Tanner McKee as well, but um, more along the lines of like when AJ Brown went down and also Devontae Smith went down, they rely heavily on like Saquon. Like what happens if Saquon goes down? What is that
Yeah.
offense going to be like? So that's my one fault, I think, for this team. It's skill position player wise. They also then did end up losing uh, Kellen Moore, offensive coordinator. So what's this offense going to look like now? I'm being very, very picky.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
if you're looking for faults in what's the most damn near perfect team I can think of in the longest of times. Like everybody on defense, if I'm not mistaken, outside of Zach Bond, who signed an extension, are still on their rookie contracts. Reed Blankenship, free safety, like he went undrafted. So I guess I don't know how that works. Maybe he signed a 1 year, one up, like re up deal every single year. But that's wild. And they have one of the best defenses
Yeah.
in the league. And all those guys are 26 or younger ish, except for Zach Bond, who's the
Yeah.
who's the old grandpa on that defense. And so, and offensively, like they have studs when healthy. Like they have so many Pro Bowlers on that offensive side of the ball. It's going to be like themselves. Like, are they going to beat themselves either through
Yeah.
injury or through kind of what happened in
Gosh, yeah.
2023, where they
This
just fell apart in the second half of the year?
Howie has put together an amazing football team. And you even said at the beginning of this video, but like, how do they even continue to get better when like they're already probably the best roster in the NFL? And
Yeah.
so they've managed to do it. I only give out one A plus draft. I don't know if this is it. This is an A to A plus. I mean, this is one of the top 3 draft classes in
I'll, yeah, I would think so. I'll give this one an A.
an A. Okay.
Yeah, I'll just give this one an A. Like, and maybe that can change. I do think one thing, and not even just to add on to it, like, and they draft really well, they scout really well, but it also is too. And this once again, this isn't a knock. This is not meant to be a knock, but it is just funny how it just works out for them like this. But also how many other decisions outside of the Eagles organization have to occur so that they can
Yeah.
get their team like this. Like even just for example, Jalen Carter. It's like teams being uncertain about what was going on with him. And then and then they're like, "We don't care. We'll trade up to go and get him." And then he's the best, like one of the best defensive tackles in the league
Yeah.
almost immediately, you know. And then everybody else that's gone into it as well. Then to Saquon Barkley, and then like the Giants' decision to re-sign Daniel Jones for a long-term contract while just like franchise tag Saquon, and then they let Saquon
Yeah.
walk, rightfully so. Like they just couldn't afford him. But that decision, how that changed everything. And honestly, if it wasn't for that decision, we never would have seen arguably probably the coolest juke ever, that spin
Yeah.
360 butt juke in the air,
Y
which is just wild. Like all the things that have gone into that. The AJ Brown trade,
I was just
like
about to
what
say
the
you
one of the
forgot the
worst
AJ Brown
trades,
trade.
one of the worst
Yeah.
trades ever. What happens then too as well, and this is even going deeper back. What happens if Nick Saban doesn't put Tua in the second half of that championship game, and then Tua goes and wins on the championship game? Then Jalen Hurts backs up Tua. Then he gets his 1 year at Oklahoma, but it's like, hey, he's different than these other guys, and falls down to Philly in the second round. I think they got him.
Yeah, he's a second round
Yeah,
pick.
like just all of these decisions now that have come up to this, like I said, like one of the most perfect rosters I think we've ever seen. If we're being
Yeah.
completely honest.
No, it's fantastic. I mean, they have to be the favorite to win the Super Bowl again. This team is so loaded, and they just had another fantastic draft. Like,
Yeah, I would need to think about it more, but off the top of my head, I don't know who's better.
no,
I
so
don't know
this
who's
is where
better.
I don't know if anybody's better. I think you're trying to find an equivalent. that
Sure.
could win. So the Eagles, yeah, they did a fantastic job. We're both giving them an A, and I think that that's well deserved here. They do a
Yep.
fantastic job every year in the draft. So let's go ahead. Let's wrap up this video here. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. That is the best way to help out the channel. While you're down there, leave a comment on what you thought of the Eagles draft. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you have done differently? None of that. We'll see you guys next time.